Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the 33rd episode, even though we don't keep track anymore, of the Totally Unqualified podcast. Obviously, I still keep track because who wouldn't want to know how many podcasts you're making?
And we're almost at a year. Is it next week?
It doesn't matter if it's a year. We haven't done it consistently enough for it to be marked.
That's a lot. It's a lot.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to dive right in. Hi, everybody. Okay, I'm diving right in. I'm going to say that I think this week might be our biggest housekeeping week ever.
Wow. You did say you were going to housekeep a lot of different things yesterday, last podcast.
Yes, so lots of housekeeping. The first one is, what's it called when there's a fake picture on social media and you believe it?
A deep fake.
Deep fake. Right. We were talking about that at the break fast, right? What was the deep fake that Sarah fell for? And you guys were talking about Obama
it wasn't Sarah.
Oh.
It was Maya.
Oh, was it
and
Obama spinning?
Being a DJ.
It was Obama being a DJ?
Yeah, performing at a concert.
And they thought it was
it's real.
Okay. So Will called me out because I was deep faked.
Yeah.
Is that the way you say it? When I talked about that Selena Gomez, I should have thought about it. Like, that picture was not real. The Selena, Taylor Swift,
was fake?
Ariana Grande,
No
Miley
way.
picture.
No way.
Total fake. Will's like, Mom, I can't believe you fell for that.
Well, Taylor Swift was at her wedding, so that's not that hard to believe.
No, but here's the thing. We would have known if the other ones were because they would have had pictures of them, right? It showed a lot of the famous people who were there.
See, I didn't do that much research. I actually did nothing. I felt like I had no choice to believe it.
Okay, well, guess what? Fake.
So it was fake and you were researching it. So you really fell for it.
I did. I fell for it. I totally fell for it. Okay. Then Dad would like me to speak to you about one of your comments last week. So Dad was also horrified by this idea of like, they go low, I'm going lower situation instead of taking the high road.
Yes.
And so Dad would like me to say the following to you. I feel like there's a difference between sticking up for yourself and trying to spite someone. When you get into spite, then you are doing something unhealthy. If you're sticking up for yourself, that's okay.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't make a good job of distinguishing between me taking the low road in a situation that warrants it and me just willy-nilly taking it. I don't believe in just like being an asshole to people, but if I think there's this, I feel like I actually did. I don't think it's spiteful either. I think the situation that warrants me to take a lower road is warranting it.
It sounded a little spiteful.
It's not spiteful because I don't go around being an asshole and terrorizing everybody.
Lesson? What is it?
No, I just don't like being fucked with. I said it last week. I just don't think humanity is good enough for that karma to like come back around to them in some divine way. Like, people who are assholes, and if you're going to be rude to me, I'm going to be rude back.
Okay. It does sound like a spite thing.
It's not.
It's sticking up for yourself. Your father wants to draw that
distinction. It's not. I only feel like I choose that path in situations in which somebody's being an asshole.
Okay. Just saying. Next time it happens, think about what your dad said and see. He's the therapist.
I don't think it. I think spite is when you do things like, I think there could be an action. Anything could be spiteful if you're like a miserable person. I don't think I'm a miserable person that's looking to get into these tiffs. I think that when people are disrespectful, I don't think that I should just be like, I'm taking the high road. I'll let them be an asshole. And the divine justice and karma of the universe will make them feel like they're a terrible person. Like, no.
I don't appreciate that voice when you talk
that's what I feel like everybody who says let's take the high road does. They'll learn one day. They'll get there, whatever. When? By who? From who? Who's going to give it to them if it isn't me? We need more people like me is what I'm hearing.
I'm just going to say, you can be spiteful as a reaction. You're basically saying it's not spiteful if it's only spiteful if you start it first, which is not correct.
Hold your microphone closer.
Not correct.
I'm saying in situations in which, yes.
Okay. Just saying, your dad's a therapist and he understands communication and thinks it's a bad idea. Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Our friend Marcy wanted me to, well, she didn't say this, but our friend Marcy, so great, sent me something, oh my gosh, so funny this week. But she did want to say that she actually enjoys your singing.
Oh,
so,
let's go. No one else likes it.
So,
you know what I did remember, Marcy? Marcy, this one goes out for you. I remembered an old Schoolhouse Rock when I was on a walk right now with Linus, like literally just before this. Remember this one? Wait. Elbow room, gotta get me some elbow room.
Forgot
it's a West
that
or
one.
bust. In God we trust. There's a new land out there.
Oh, it's when the
Lewis and
Pilgrims
Clark
came.
volunteered to go.
Lewis and Clark.
Goodbye, good luck, and grab your overcoat. They prepare for good times and for bad they hired Sacagawea to be their guide. She led them all across the countryside, reached the coast, and found the most elbow room you ever had.
Wow.
Elbow room. How
I
good
forgot
was
about
that
elbow
one?
room. That one totally slipped my mind.
I'll give you a new Schoolhouse Rock every week,
I know,
everybody. I
feel
know
like
it rolled
too bad they're
word
not
for
around.
word.
Too bad they're not around anymore. They could be our sponsor. Okay, so Marcy sent me this because she knows how I feel about AI and our conversations about AI. And she said, she sent me an article from Axios where the writer decided to, ahead of Yom Kippur, the Jewish Day of Atonement, the writer asked ChatGPT to reflect on the harms it has caused this year,
Yeah.
which is what we do on Yom Kippur. We reflect on the things we did bad. And this is what the prompt said, and I'm just going to read a little bit of it. ChatGPT responded, "On this night of reckoning, I acknowledge the ways in which my existence and use may have caused harm this past year. For these, I seek forgiveness, reflection, and a chance to do better. For the moments I spread misinformation or amplified errors, when my words may have been taken as truth and misled rather than illuminated. For the temptation I create to replace human labor, creativity, or livelihood without always ensuring that those displaced are supported with dignity." I mean, it goes on and on. There are like 20 of them that ChatGPT was feeling guilty for.
I like that.
Isn't
Scary
that
though,
so
but
funny?
yeah, I like that.
And-
wait, my like feeling of that is not funny though.
No, so wait, I just want to read the end. So it said at the end, "On this eve of Yom Kippur, I stand in humility. I cannot repent as a human does, but I can acknowledge the weight of my impact and commit to guiding my words toward repair, toward truth, equity, care, sustainability, humility, and respect. May the coming year bring fewer harms, more healing, and wisdom in every line." To which the author wrote, "Jewish teaching suggests that actions, not words, are what is needed, and ChatGPT on its own can only offer words. It's up to the creators, regulators, and society as a whole to take action."
Yeah, that's a good article.
Isn't that so crazy? I can't
Yeah.
believe it even understood. Like, that's
Of
pretty
course it
sophisticated.
understood. Oh my God. If you think that that's surprising, you're going to have something coming
I
for
know,
you.
but it's so sophisticated that it went through like, if I've been biased, if I've been racially or gender biased. I mean, it's
yeah,
incredible
because
what
it's
it wrote.
programmed to like
I
know
know, but
us.
it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, want to say that. Then I got 2 calls this week, well, 1 text and 1 call, telling me that our listeners were listening to our pod and were talking out loud to the pod, answering us like we were in the room.
Love.
So I thought that was kind of funny that 2 people, our cousin Wendy was in her nail salon, and all of a sudden the nail person was like, "What are you talking about? Why are you talking to me?" And she was like, "Oh my God, I was listening to the podcast. I didn't realize I was talking." And the last housekeeping goes to our newest listener, Coco Puff. We're going to call her Coco Puff. Coco Puff and her dad, they're big listeners. So we're so excited to have you, Coco Puff. So just want to say hi, you guys. And thanks for being so vocal. We love the comments.
I also think that we have untapped male listenership.
We do.
We know they're out there.
Cocoa Puff's dad talked to me for a long time, texted this week for a long time. And know what he said? I forgot this part of the housekeeping. He said, I'd like to call in and have a conversation with Ava. I think she's too hard on you a lot of the time.
I'm too hard on you, or
Yes.
you're too hard on me?
He said, I want to call in and talk to Ava.
I don't think I'm too hard on you.
Okay, well, our listener does.
He
Cocoa
can
Puff's
call
dad.
in. He can call in.
And he also, I mean, if you look at our comments, he did comment on you taking the low road and had a whole discussion about that.
Yes.
And
I
so-
say what I said to my father.
Yes. Okay.
My
just
response
saying.
remains the same as much as everybody wants me to change it.
All right. That's it for housekeeping. Let's go to love and hate. That was a lot of housekeeping.
Yeah, that was. And I feel like there was more housekeeping in the episode.
There was, but I didn't have enough time
Yeah.
because I needed to say all these other things that happened.
I think that you have a few things that you need to go
Okay.
back and reevaluate. Love and hate. I'm closing my eyes because I'm forgetting. Can you go first?
Sure. My love this week is I'm watching a documentary on Hulu that was made last year on Vogue in the 90s. And I am loving it so much. Partially because I worked in the same building, and it's the era I worked there. But here's what's great about it. It goes from the rise of the supermodels and shows the shift from models being on the covers of magazines.
I feel like I've watched this before.
It came out last year, to the entertainment
Yeah,
industry
yeah.
and actors rising up and then being on covers. 'Cause
Who
she
was the
put
first one? Madonna.
She put Madonna on the cover. Madonna had brown hair and she was in a swimming pool, and it was like revolutionary. And then it talks about the rise of the Met Gala, but to me, really interesting, it pinpoints a lot of the designers, like how did Muccia Prada fit in, right? Because Prada was really big in the 90s, right? And sort of pared back. And then Tom Ford came on the scene, and Galliano, like it was Alexander McQueen. Really cool, showing the evolution of fashion is becoming not just for socialites, but for all, showing hip hop and the influence of hip hop on fashion. It is really worth watching.
What's it called? You didn't even say the name.
I think it's called Vogue in the 90s.
Oh, watch it. We're not even being sponsored. That's how much you liked it.
I actually want to say one more thing about it. It does also show, oh my God, I'm having now a mental blank. Okay, wait. It shows the very first documentary that was made, and it was, what's his name with the crazy hair? Isaac Mizrahi. He made, I think it was called Unzipped. And
oh my God, that was the name of the podcast I did in college.
and his documentary was wildly successful, and it was the first time a designer brought cameras behind the scenes. And it's really cool to watch it now. I loved it then, but you see all the, like Kate Moss and Linda Evangelista, and you see behind the stage, like what happens at a fashion show. Really cool. Really cool.
Love.
And just a piece of historic fact, Helmut Lang was the very first designer to live stream a show, and it was in the 90s.
Wow.
Way ahead of his time.
Wow.
Okay.
The more you know. My love this week is in the same vein as shows. Yes, if you're hip, if you're what the kids like to talk about, you're watching this season of Dancing with the Stars.
Ugh.
I'm obsessed. It's amazing. I do have to say a few things. The judges need to be changed ever since
Derek?
Ugh, I hate Derek. Ever since the death of Len Goodman, it just hasn't been the same.
That's true. I loved Len.
R.I.P. Len. Next,
Is Carrie Ann still a judge?
yeah, she's so annoying. She's the worst.
And Bruno?
She's the worst. And Bruno too.
No, it's interesting that you guys the other night at the Breakfast, all the young people were talking about Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah,
and all
'cause
the
that's
older
what we're
people
watching.
And all the older people are like, there's no one famous on it.
Everybody who's on it is a good get.
Oh my God.
Not everybody, but for the most part. Okay, so then who else am I liking? Whitney from Mormon Wives is amazing. She looks like a professional dancer. Alex Earl is fan favorite, and she's honestly so tiny that she just like looks amazing. But my favorite of the season is, oh my God, Meredith Blake. What's her name?
I like her.
What's her name? Like,
she was Meredith Blake in The Parent
Eileen?
Trap. I don't know her name.
Eileen.
Let's look it up.
I think it's Eileen. She's so good. Also, if Hilaria does not go out, Ilaria, whatever.
Baldwin?
Hillary. If Hillary doesn't go home this week, I'm going to fucking freak out. We honestly get it. Like, she has technique, whatever. She's so fucking annoying. And I also hate, H-A-T-E, her partner, Gleb, doing my girl Brooks Nader dirty. Disgusting. Don't even know why he is still able to be on the show.
Wait, who's Jen Affleck? Is she Ben Affleck's sister?
No. She's another one of the Mormon wives, but like she's in an ad with Ben Affleck.
Oh.
Because like her husband's
right,
last name is
who's
that.
Jordan Childs?
She's an Olympian. She's amazing.
Baron Davis, I know him.
He went home first.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I like Baron Davis. Alex Earl.
She almost said Alex.
I did almost say it. Dylan Efron. He looks exactly like Zac Efron.
He's more handsome.
Corey Feldman. He's the only person I know because he's old. Danielle Fishel. Who's she?
Fishel. Girl
Fishel.
Meets World.
Elaine Hendricks.
Elaine Hendricks, queen. My literal. She's amazing.
Look who she's with. I love him.
Alan. Yeah, they're amazing.
Alan. Who's Scott Hoying?
Don't know. But
really?
his partner is really good.
Robert Irwin.
Steve Irwin's son. He's really, his hips don't lie. Okay, so yes, this season of Dancing with the Stars is truly entertaining. It started a minute ago, and I cannot wait to watch tonight's episode.
Okay, disagree on that love. Okay, my hate this week is the following. The other night, I went over to, I'm going to say it, to Natalie's parents' house.
Yes.
To watch the Yankee Red Sox game, which was very fun. We had hot dogs and beer, and we watched the game. It was super fun. And we got to talking, and I was saying to them, I really dislike when people I've met several times act like they've never met me before.
A classic beat to the ignore.
I feel like
BTI.
This happens to me more than most people.
Maybe you're embarrassing.
No, I think it's that I am not a memorable person.
Oh my God, that's so much worse than being embarrassing or boring. I really
think so. I think that I glaze people over. So
it's okay.
There are people, well, there is a person who has met me so many times.
If you were to directly address them, what would you say?
And may or may not live in our building.
Gasp. She's going
and
in.
Literally never knew who I am. And I'm like, okay, well, all right.
If you could talk to them directly.
I'm not talking to them because you know what? It's not cool. And
not
I don't
cool.
like when I go to a party and I get reintroduced to somebody all over again. That really bothers me.
Terrible.
And I want to say one great thing that happened about this. But I do think it happens more often to me. I'd like to know from other people because it happens to me a lot. What do you call
it, though? You're not using the verbiage that we use to describe it.
What?
BTI.
What's that?
Beat to the ignore.
Oh, BTI. Yes. We beat to the ignore. So I beat to the ignore this person. Yeah. Eric coined that phrase. I beat him to the ignore.
I'm not giving him credit after his comments about me.
Okay, but he did say the beat to the ignore. But I do want to say one other thing. There's also somebody at the beach who I do not know well, who I have been introduced to a couple of times. Mm-hmm. And I was feeling like that person never seemed to know who I was either, which is like a little more plausible because they don't know me that well, but it is slightly upsetting.
Yeah.
So I did say to Laura this weekend, it's a little bit of a bummer. Like, I don't know this person very well at all, but I always feel like they don't know who I am. And when the person came for brunch, Laura, one of the most gifted people of reading a room, like she is a psychologist, she's amazing. the very first thing she said when this person walked in the door was, "Do you know Ellen? I grew up with her. She's my best friend." But she said that to the person. And then she said, "Yes, yes, yes. Of course, we saw each
So you
other,
felt
blah, blah,
memorable?
blah." No, so I was really happy that Laura did that for me, but that was so nice. But it really is upsetting. I'm like, I think there might be something wrong with me. That
I don't
people
think that
don't
there's
remember
something
me.
wrong with
people
you.
really don't.
I don't
remember me.
think that it's only you. I think that people are weird.
Why do people do that?
Because people are petty. I don't know. People are
Petty
embarrassed.
about what?
I mean, there aren't that many. See, this is the low road, high road. You continue to say hi to these people and feel like they don't remember you. I would stop. I would ignore. I would take the lower path. I'd say, so you don't remember me every single time that you see me? Fuck you too. I don't remember you either.
Oh, that just seems wrong. Isn't the courteous thing to do like, "Hi, remember
But see,
we met
you're
at blah,
letting
blah, blah,
things
blah, blah."
come back up to the universe, and it's the courteous thing. Like, these people fucking suck if they can't remember you and you're remembering them.
Is it that they don't remember, or they think that I'm not worth remembering?
I think you're internalizing people's lack of care. You're making it like way bigger of a thing. As I said before, like you're letting yourself internalize it, and then you're like still saying hi to them for whatever weird reason. Just why? It doesn't make you feel good. Why are you saying hi to them?
That's an interesting way to. I need to think about that, Doctor.
You all think, everybody thinks I'm an asshole, but truly, I'm not out here wasting my time.
No, I hear what you're saying, because I am internalizing it, and I should just forget about it.
Who cares?
I know, but yeah, okay. I hear you. I really think you're onto something.
Maybe
with this.
it's like maybe they'll start saying hi to you. It's like
I don't want them to say hi to me, because I don't think people who behave like that are worth knowing.
Boo. My hate of this week is New York Fashion Week.
Really?
Yes, because since when did it become so lowbrow, dare I say?
Was New York Fashion Week this week?
Last week. Or
New York
New York Fashion Week was 2 weeks ago, but now that I've seen Milan and Paris, I've come to the conclusion that New York is trash. Only influencers get invited. It's nothing to aspire to. I used to be obsessed with it. It used to be like the most sought after thing in my mind, and now it's like the people attending have no fashion sense, no sense of individuality. They're sitting on their phones. They're all like talking to each other. It's just like, enough. Where did the fashion go? Like, it used to be so unbelievable. People would wear these pieces and this and that. Like, not anymore.
Can I ask you a question?
Looks the same.
Is that because
everybody's face is the same?
Can I ask you a question?
In the crowd, the models are still great.
Is it because American designers are not being celebrated?
It's
as
not
much?
all American designers.
Well, usually it is. It's like Italian designers are in Milan.
I understand, but I don't think it's only. I think it's become like a globalized thing, and I just think that like everybody's tacky.
I want to fact check that. I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong about that. I think it's American brands.
Only?
I do. I think it's American brands. And I will say from my Vogue documentary that it also covers the rise of the American designer in the heyday of Ralph Lauren, Donna Karan, Calvin Klein. Like there was a real minute in the 90s where American designers were hot.
Only American brands do not show at New York Fashion Week. It's a global platform that hosts designers from around the world.
Okay. Good. I'm glad we know that. So I do have another question for you about design. This, I used to know who headed all the fashion houses, and I do not know any of them now, so I looked it up.
I know some.
Yeah, are there brands? Like, there are a lot of brands that I don't know.
Like what? Like Coperni, Schiaparelli?
Yeah, no, I know Schiaparelli, but there are lots of
current... What didn't you know?
I don't know, like the current version of like Proenza Schooler. Yeah,
that's like, the same.
No, but now there are all these people I've never heard of. Before.
Running it
and brands, people with their own brands. I'm like, wow, never heard
I
of
wish
that.
you came to the table with more brands. I can't comment.
Okay, I'll come back. I'll come back because I want to know if you know them.
Okay.
Because I don't know if fashion's dead. Not dead, but
I don't know. I liked some of the shows that I saw in Paris and Milan.
I mean, some in this.
Love the Chanel show. Thought it was
Really?
a great, their
Okay.
new creative director. I forgot his name.
Okay, I'm gonna look at some of the pictures.
All right.
Moving on. This
Our
week,
uniquely New York stories this week. Okay, first of all, I'm starting this one off with a story that I think is true and you are wrong about, which is when I was in the West Village this weekend with Linus, we were walking around and this woman came up to me with her dog, who is also a Havanese, named Rosalia, who is very chunky. And she was like, wow, your dog looks really familiar. And I was like, well, he doesn't live down here. We live uptown. So I don't know if you've met him before. And she's like, no, he looks so familiar. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe you met him with my mom or something. And she was like, maybe I did. And then she starts telling me the story of how she got her dog. And she was saying, oh, I hate to admit it, but I got her at a puppy mill. Not at a puppy mill.
at pet store.
At a pet store, which obviously have links to puppy mills. But I was really sad that my other dog died. And I think that my mom met her when we first got Linus, because she came home one day and was like, I just met this woman who has a Havanese and she got it at a puppy store. And she's saying that she didn't meet her. And I'm telling you, you did.
So now that I'm listening, I can't tell if I'm thinking it sounds familiar because you told me the story again, or I'm like, actually, I think I met her.
I think you did meet her.
I think I met her too.
Because
it's now
saying the
ringing
dog
true.
store, and you were like, she thought she was such a horrible person, but she was just so depressed after her dog died.
I think I met her.
Me too. And she thought Linus
And
looked
she was
familiar.
embarrassed that she got
Yes.
a store because she was scared he was not
Yes.
going to be healthy.
And her dog
she
came
was
with
not gonna be
Giardia
healthy.
too.
I think I met her.
I know.
That's crazy.
I really think that you met her.
Wow. Did Liney like the dog?
Rosalia was so chunky. Like, seriously, she was a big girl. But yeah, they were playing. They were saying hi to each other.
Liney was invited to his first social event. Someone stopped me the other day on the street and invited us to their birthday party because their dog's Sam is turning 15 and he's having a party in the park.
Liney's coming in attendance. Oh, what should Liney be for Halloween? So he's definitely going to be a bee one night because he has a bee costume and it looks so cute on him. But I don't know what he should be the other night. I was thinking maybe a vampire and to get him a little
That's
cape.
cute. Super cute.
A little cape,
I think yes.
but not sure. TBD. All right. Do you want to start our New York story?
Not really.
Okay, I will.
I'm a little embarrassed by the New York.
Such a good one. So we're going to Yom Kippur services that happened to take place at Lincoln Center. And we went really late because they had 4 different service times. Yep. Our Jewish community showing up. 4 different showing times. And we went to the latest one the night before Yom Kippur, which is called Kol Nidre. And we sit down and we have a connection to the congregation that we go to. So we sit in kind of
The front.
close-up seats.
Very close.
We sit very close. We want to be supportive of our family members, and we sit close. So we sit down. We get there early, as we do, secure our seats. There's some up and down for the bathroom. We're all sitting together. And about 2 minutes before the service begins, a man walks in who looks like a schlump. I'm like, oh my God, everybody here is dressed to the nines and this man is not, but okay, whatever. So we're sitting and this man sits 2 rows directly in front of my mother.
With his family.
With his family. I'm like, oh God. And they're talking and whatever. It doesn't mean anything to me. I just happened to notice the outfit. Well, midway through the opening cello segment, I get a little tippity tap on my shoulder, and the woman sitting next to me goes, Ava, that's my ex-boyfriend.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Yep, you heard it here first.
Yep.
On the most brutal night of the year, the one before the day that we atone for all of our sins, Ellen is seated directly behind her ex-boyfriend.
behind. 2 rows. He's 2 rows in front. He can't
He
turn
kept looking
around.
back. He kept looking back, but to no avail.
Okay,
He
so
beat her to the ignore.
Well, He didn't beat me to the ignore. Tell them I'm not proud of my behavior.
She did not. She made us run out of temple. Okay. And not only did she make us run out of temple.
No, remember when it was like, talk to someone you don't know.
Oh, yeah.
In
It
the
was like, oh my God.
And he was coming over and
she
just
turned the
couldn't
other
manage
way.
it.
It's
I turned
actually,
the other
it's
way.
very ironic that your hate this week was beating people to the ignore when you
know,
literally
it's true.
like ignored this
I
man
just
with all of your
wasn't
might.
up for it.
Then we were walking in the lobby. She sees him out of the corner of his eye and makes us literally, I toss my prayer book across what is it called?
Sidor.
My Sidorim goes flying.
No, not Sidorim. Sidorim is many Sidors.
Yeah, there were two, yours
Okay.
and mine. The Sidorim go flying across the main lobby because Ellen doesn't want to make.
That's untrue. That's hyperbole. It just so happened that they were at the Sidor
You
table.
literally made me chuck it.
I could have touched
You made me
him.
chuck
He was
it.
so close.
Okay, so then we're rushing out. This goes into more of a story. Then we're rushing out. And we're in such a rush that I'm not able to be more deliberate in seeing the one, the only BJ Novak leaving Temple, which honestly I'm upset about. I think
don't
we
think
would
that
be.
was him.
Mom, it was 100%
Okay.
him. And I am so upset that I didn't say anything. Truly
Okay.
devastated.
He was with a friend.
Whatever. It's fine. I'm over it.
Okay, so we're crossing the street.
So we're crossing the street
And
and,
this is a
everybody
New York
gets
story.
let out of Temple at the same time. So there's a mad dash to the cabs. And so we're crossing on Broadway and we see an elderly man and his granddaughter waiting on the corner, waiting for their cab. And so we try to start a line.
So we do the right thing. We don't step in front of them. We step in back of them, and we say we step in back of them because we know they're there first.
They
are going to get their cab first, and then we will go after them because that is the right thing to do.
Wrong.
Particularly on Yom Kippur.
Not for this congregation, because lo and behold, a big group comes on over, and the first wave of them take the two empty cabs that are coming to us, and then the other wave, the approximately
The
five
third-
people left, the third wave of cab stealers see us standing there and pretend to put on this whole song and dance. Oh no, Grandpa, they're waiting for their cab. And so I go loudly. What did I say?
No, it was before that. You said, I can't believe they just took our cabs.
And on the holiest day of the year?
And
Come
then
on.
she changed
and then she
her
goes,
tune.
oh, Grandpa, don't take the cabs. It's just like...
Wait, it's a
you're-
different grandpa. It's not the grandpa that we wanted to
No,
get
not
it.
the grandpa we wanted to get a cab. Anyway, the entitlement. Truly.
So
also,
then, wait. Remember, we walked over to the grandfather and his
Oh,
granddaughter,
yeah.
and,
And
we
we were like,
said,
"Can you
Can you
believe
believe
it?"
that?" And he was so upset. He was like, "I can't believe
there's
it."
no
on this
kindness
night-
these days. Everyone's out here for themselves.
on this night. And he was so upset. It was just terrible. It was so wrong. Those people pretended, talk about beating to the ignore. They pretended not to see us and this man with his granddaughter. It was so wrong. So wrong. I see why you want to take
Yeah.
the low road.
Yeah.
I'm mad at that.
Preaching the gospel.
Yeah, it was so bad, and it's so common. I mean, it's less common now because there are Ubers and Lyfts
No,
and lots
people
of cars.
fucking suck.
But people, it used to be in New York when it rained. It was unbelievable how cutthroat people would be. Like, I have been in a cab where I've gotten in one door and somebody else has gotten in the other and been like, I was here first. Like, at the same time, gotten in.
See,
with
I'd be
me.
like, let's ride together then.
I have ridden with people I
Everyone's
didn't
just
know.
such a fucking asshole
But
these days.
It doesn't happen quite as much anymore. Also, taxis are so expensive that I think people don't take them.
If I could.
It was
make
so
it
wrong,
there, then I could make it anywhere.
Anyway, note to self. Don't do that. Or note to you
What's
people.
note to self?
I mean,
there
note
aren't
to
any
self.
self
On the holiest
notes.
day of the year, behave.
I hope that your sins are 10 times worse for you sinning on the holier day in the year. What does, fact check that. What does the Torah say about sinning on Yom Kippur?
Oh, I don't know.
I hope it comes back 10 times. See, I'm going
Seems
lower.
like it
Not
would.
only did you take my cab, but I want your bad fortune to come back 10 times.
Here's the thing. I think maybe not, because by the time you leave temple, Oh, no, it's the beginning, right? It was the night before, right? Supposedly the gates
The fast.
open. So the gates are still open. It's the end when the gates close. So those people have some reckoning to do.
Oh, they're going to have a bad year.
They have some
I
reckoning.
wish you a bad year too.
Ava, I don't know about that. Okay, let's keep going. It was not a good night. And by the way, I just didn't want to get into my life's great. Your life's
it wasn't
great.
a great night. And then I fasted for 25 hours. And
Go
then,
ahead, say it.
And then,
Say it.
The
Of
food-
course, it's my fault. Say it.
if there weren't witnesses, it could maybe not be your
I
fault.
baked amazing brown butter cinnamon puffs that were gluten-free.
They're amazing.
That was my action of love for my daughter, and still I did it wrong. Why? Just say it.
Well, she made a grand promise to everybody. She said to the people hosting us, you do not need to get Ava anything. I will bring her a gluten-free bagel.
I forgot. I just did. In the craziness, and I had gone to the service, the evening service.
After 25 hours of fasting,
I'm sorry.
my bagel was nowhere in sight.
She had to go out
Do you have to say?
and walk the streets looking for gluten-free
I
food.
was a wandering Jew.
She was. And she
Made
was
it out.
mad at me.
No, I wasn't mad at you for forgetting the bagel. I was mad at you for trying to go out and get me food when I so clearly said I would take care of it.
It's true. I started to put
She
on
was
her
micromanaging.
sneakers. I was.
Hate.
Okay, let's keep going.
All right, so this week's topic, we've been on for a while, but this week's topic has sparked inspiration because, as you all know, if you're real listeners, I go to this wellness space called Othership and I take classes. And one of the classes that they have is called Inner Power. And so part of Inner Power, this actually has nothing to do with it other than the fact that this class has been making me really evaluate my own inner power and how I can be more proactive and advocate for myself and just like exist in a more I'm here kind of way. And so I wanted this to be our topic this week because I feel like I have a lot of people in my life who have problems and feel powerless to them because they haven't accessed their inner power. And I think part of that comes from like doing things like this class that I go to that's like affirmations and breath work and meditation and whatever. I think that's part of it. But I also think that like you have to believe in your own inner power and being proactive. I think so many of us think that things get handed to us and that like influencers become influencers by luck of the draw. But like, I don't know. Let's take Alex Earl. She's posting videos for years until she finally took off. It's just kind of like you got to make what you want to happen for yourself happen, thus accessing your inner power. So I guess the first thing I would like to say, and then I'll throw it over to you, is that I feel like people do not access their inner power the most in the dating space in terms of like being scared to write back messages or being, you know, resistant to being assertive and making plans. And there's just like a lot of fear around it. And I'm not saying that I don't have that fear, but I do think that like I access my inner power and I'm just like so in the mindset of like in any relationship, friendship, whatever, I am one half of that. So if one half of that is waiting for the other person to text and then the other half is also waiting for the person to text, nothing is going to happen. You have to make the things that you want for yourself happen for you.
Yes. Okay. There's a lot there. Juicy, I would call it. Very juicy.
Oh, these chairs.
I know. They're not that comfortable.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I got a crick in my neck.
So I think some of this, I believe in manifesting, right? I do believe that, which I think is counter to the way I grew up, which was don't say it or you'll curse it and it won't happen. But Eastern religions feel that you put things out into the universe and they manifest.
Yes.
And I believe that also, that nothing is ever going to happen if you just sit and wait.
Agreed.
Right? Life is not coming to you. Things are not going to knock on your door. You must go out and be among the living.
But I just feel like everybody knows that.
No, they don't. I didn't know that. I did
Really?
not know that.
I feel like everybody thinks like, I guess people don't know that, but I just feel like everybody thinks like, yeah, it like happens for other people or like whatever. feel like there's a jaded idea that it just happens.
Yes. It's funny. We're sort of pulling together lots of different topics that we've talked about before because self-confidence falls into this. And we recently talked about that, right? So it's like, well, how do I get self-confident and how do I believe in myself? But I do think the first part is manifesting it, like really putting it out there and saying thinking about it and saying, what do I want to happen and how do I get there, right? Because I agree with you. All these people who are these entrepreneurs and people the influencers, they believe that they can do something and they just do it, and they don't let all the bumps that throw me off all the time. Like I hit one little bump and I'm convinced it's a bad idea, right? I hit one little bump and I'm like, I failed, because I'm so focused on trying to do it perfectly, where the different mindset is put yourself out there, just keep going, learn from your failure, and just do it. And you know what? If you try hard enough, it will work.
Okay.
I think that's true.
I think it doesn't happen for everybody.
Right. I think that's true. And
if it's not happening for you, though, I do think there's a reason why it's not.
I mean, it depends what you're talking about. There are logistical components
right,
to this,
right,
like
right.
money. And
I'm more so thinking about like becoming an influencer or just like.
I think it takes
for some
dedication,
people
right?
And some people capture an audience better than others, and some people find their niche before others, and there are a million reasons why it won't happen for you and why it might not happen for you, but I still don't think that's a reason to not try. Yeah. Right, our podcast might never take off, but I'm not going to not do it.
Right. Well, I think too, you have to think about sometimes it's complicated. Like, do you listen to other people? Because sometimes getting other people's advice, like maybe what you're doing is structured incorrectly. Maybe the topic is too broad.
Yeah, but that's feedback.
No, I know. Sometimes it's good to get feedback. But sometimes if you know yourself well, in your heart, you know that what you're doing is good and right, and you should just keep doing it. And sometimes people get off track because they don't necessarily believe in themselves, I think, enough.
Yeah, I agree
So
with
I
that.
think that's something. Then with dating, though, it's like a whole other thing, I think. Because with dating, it requires you like somebody. When feelings are involved, that's complicated. Then you're putting yourself out there, which gets a little scary. And so then, of course, you obsess, like, should I send the text? Should I not send the text? What did I write? I'm going to write this. Nope, erase it. This, erase that. No. I mean, you get, like, in your own head.
That's where the inner power comes in.
But it's very hard because it's a scary thing to
I
put yourself out
but
there.
I do think this one's going to be unpopular, too. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I think that there is not that I don't get embarrassed, because like I get embarrassed sometimes. I think that there is such a level of narcissism that comes with overthinking like that.
Really?
And I think that some people can't help it. I think some people are overthinkers. And for those people, I really do not relate.
You don't think it comes from insecurity?
Can you let me finish what I'm saying?
Sorry.
Like, holy shit. That was exactly what I was saying.
Okay.
For some people, it's a real issue that they feel insecure, that they feel like they might clinically have something that really gives them intrusive thoughts and makes them overthink. I'm not talking about you. However, actually, I'm talking about people who are insecure. I'm talking about you a little bit because I'm more so out of a place of curiosity. What I think is narcissistic is that you would think that somebody else would care so much. Why does everybody care so much? You're under the impression that everybody cares so much.
No, it had nothing to do with caring. It has nothing to do with caring.
Okay. I wanted to say one other thing.
Okay. Go ahead.
And I do think that for people who are insecure, part of it is the insecurity. But the insecurity, a lot of times in my mind, feels like insecurity about how you're being perceived. And that to me feels a little narcissistic because we're all being perceived. We're all perceiving. What makes you so important that you're responding too fast and then he'll notice and then this? It feels a little bit like you're creating problems for yourself.
I think it's interesting that that's your take, because the way I felt when I was young was not anything like that. It was, if I send the message and the person doesn't respond, I'm going to be wrecked.
So yours is more of a feeling of rejected.
I was afraid.
Right. Yours is about rejection.
It was about fear of rejection.
Right. And that
fear.
And that to me is even more plausible than just like people not even wanting to like send a response, or people like rewriting and writing the response. I'm just like, who the fuck cares that much? Like, genuinely, I want to know, because it also feels maybe I'm out of my depth here, but from my experience, this also feels a little bit more of a female problem. I'm not saying that men do not overthink, and I do think that's true. But I feel like I just feel like every single time that I'm like going on a date with somebody or it's like texting them, I just think about me getting the text and me turning to my friends and being like, guys, oh my God, I got a response. Like, what do I say? And I think about him sitting alone at the gym or wherever the fuck he is being like, nah, I don't feel like responding right now. I'll respond later. Like, I just don't see in my head that situation of the guy getting, oh my God, what did she say? Oh my God. In the way that we do.
You don't know.
I know. And I know I'm talking very heteronormatively.
You are. Because you know what? I think there are guys who really want somebody to respond and they don't, and they're bummed.
Right. But I'm more so saying this idea of like what you're putting out there is so deliberate and has to follow these lines and everybody needs to make sure that it's okay. And is it weird? Is it not weird? Did I respond too soon? It just feels a little narcissistic.
I think it's interesting that you say narcissism. I really don't read it that way. I read it all as self-confidence, right? So to me,
you can be a not confident narcissist.
No, but to me, it's not. It's about you. It's a little hard to say this, but when I met Dad, it was very easy, right? He talked to me, I talked to him, I liked him, he liked me, we seemed to get along, it seemed to work, no games, you want to go out? Yes, I do. He called me, okay, all good, right? And so I didn't call him. Oh, no, I didn't call him first, but my parents were in town, and I don't know if I would have, probably not, but
okay.
I think it worked because I was pretty confident that it just all seemed good and easy. I think sometimes when you are questioning all these things, it's because you're not sure and you're not confident about the relationship. And so maybe there is something off. Like maybe.
So then don't you think that that's just a commentary on that's not the person for you?
Yes, I do. I do think that's a commentary on that. And I think instead of being like, you know what, I'm not sure that's the person for me, you take yourself down this crazy road of like, what should I say? Do I say something? Do I not say something? Like, I don't know. It just seems to me like it's much more basic. Like, if somebody likes somebody, they get in touch. No?
Yeah, but then it's like, why? If you like him so much, then why aren't you texting? I think it goes both ways.
Right. Like, well, I'm saying my parents were in town, then he called me, and then I called him back.
Yeah, but there would be girls that would be like, even if your parents weren't in town, there would be, not even girls, there would be people that be like, if he wanted to see me so badly, he would call me.
I don't know. I think you just need to, I knew we had a good time, so I knew it was like, oh, it'll happen.
Okay. I really think all of this goes to say that, like, accessing my inner power recently has made me kind of in the headspace of just, like, literally throwing myself into oncoming traffic. Like, and I think it's really unique to me, but I think that my style of like growth and understanding who I am is just to like put myself out there and just like do it. Like nothing's going to get done if nothing is being done. And so it's just been a shift for me. I don't know. Just
yes, I agree with you.
I just feel like that's why I feel like it's kind of narcissistic is what I'm trying to say. That like, why are we all just not throwing ourselves into oncoming traffic? And I know that there's insecurity and I know that people are anxious. I'm anxious too. And like I am
not everybody's as strong.
Right.
Not everybody's as strong
and
as
I
you.
wish that
like
people
you
were.
have a solid foundation and you like yourself. And there are some people
Right.
who do not feel as confident or don't like themselves as much or have issues that they just can't.
I just think that everything would be so much better if we all threw ourselves into oncoming traffic. Like then who is there to judge?
There's also the societal expectation, right? Like when I was younger, it was expected that he would call her, rather than I would look to forward if I called dad.
Right. I don't give a fuck.
I don't think that's true anymore, but that was what it was like then. And so all growing up, I was not demure and like quiet and I just wasn't like a little mouse. I was sort of loud and I always felt like I was off-putting to guys because I was smart and interesting, I thought. I don't know, different. Like I was just different.
She's not like other girls, guys.
I wasn't. I wanted to be like the cheerleader, and I was not the cheerleader.
She's on the bleachers, dreaming about the day when you wake up and find that what you're looking for.
So, I have a question for you.
Okay,
so
and then we need to wrap up.
Does it feel good to access your inner power, or is it scary?
It's kind of like exposure therapy, I think.
Is it scary?
No, I think it's so rewarding. I think it is just
like other ship. Do you walk up to someone and start talking to them? Is that
like? I mean, if I wanted to, I could.
Yeah. So how do you exhibit this? In what way are you
throwing myself into oncoming traffic?
Yes.
Yes, I do think that part of it has been that I've been way more open to like making friends and being nice to people and like talking to people.
Wait, what? You just said you're spiteful. Okay.
I never said I was spiteful.
Okay.
That I've just been more open to like building relationships. When I go out, I'm nicer to people. I'm more like trying to make conversation in that way. I think that in terms of just like, I mean, I've been going on a good amount of dates for me. So that's been throwing myself into oncoming traffic. I've been, considering things for my life and my future. And I just think all of that has come with this mindset of just saying like, yes, maybe I want to travel somewhere new. Yes, like trying to, travel somewhere new alone, like put myself in uncomfortable situations that I think I'm unfamiliar with, is how I've been trying to throw myself into oncoming traffic. I just like, we all get so comfortable and we're like, oh my God, is there more to life? What else am I supposed to do? But if you're not, throwing yourself into oncoming traffic, how do you see if there's more?
I think that's a great place to end.
Yep.
And good for you, Ave. I'm proud of you. That's really great.
I'm bold.
It's really good.
All right. Now, excuse me while I go watch Dancing with the Stars. If you want to call in, you can request our phone numbers privately, or you can write into our speak pipe, which is linked in our bio at Totally Unqualified Podcast. We are on Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're there.
YouTube
if you want to see a visual.
Yes, you can watch us.
We're not looking so...
No, what? I look bad? She looked at me. We are not looking great.
I'm not looking my best. I'm not in my Sunday best.
But you'll see a beautiful vase that was Bubby's. Okay.
We'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Meanwhile, I looked at other shit because I told you that the group is going there. Yeah. it looks like one big like pickup scene on the
You
website.
say that every single time. It's not. People
It's
are-
like everyone is like beautiful and young and sitting like in these hot sauna situations.
Are they going to the Williamsburg one or the Tribeca?
They're going one in